Well, Paul, back in Australia, you've been here for a couple of weeks, haven't you? Because you went to Melbourne, but here in Sydney too, and had a big smile on your face.
Well, why not? The weather's fantastic. The view from this press room is just breathtaking. And every dart player here, be it Kyle Anderson or Phil Taylor and everybody in between, we're just so excited to be involved in this tournament. And we feel this is a massive start for a big boost in this game, in this continent.
It's been 4 years in the making, and it needed a big tournament. This is hopefully just the start.
It has to be. You can't get any better players here, in my opinion. You've got, Michael van Gerwen, you've got Whitlock, who is the icon of Australian darts. Now he can't even walk the streets, which is kind of funny, but it is what the sport needs in this country to boost it that further step that people have been asking for the last 3 or 4 years. And now we're here. We've just got to make sure that we put on a show and we show people why we're professionals.
A lot of people have been asking me how Paul Nicholson is, because of course the last time we saw you in tears on the stage at the World Match Play in Blackpool. So how is Paul Nicholson?
He's a lot better now. Spent a bit of time in Melbourne with some friends, just reconnected with my beginnings as a professional dart player, and it has done me the world of good. I've still got a lot to figure out as far as my career is concerned, because I'm still very confused as to what direction I want to go in. But essentially, speaking to some people like Kyle this morning, it's just about getting back to basics and being a good dart player again, and that's where I want to go from, and hopefully we can start that tomorrow.
I know the problems that you were suffering in Blackpool were personal. It has affected, though, your darts over the last 12 months, hasn't it?
It has, because essentially you've got to be confident on stage, you've got to know where you're going and what you're doing. I've had some good performances, but essentially it's been inconsistent, which is very unlike me. I do think of myself when I'm on form that I'm a very consistent player and very dangerous. And there have been points this year where I've been very dangerous and had good games, but I haven't backed it up. And I think that's one of the things that's been getting me down from a professional perspective. Personally, I'll get my things sorted out away from the hockey. I'm on my way to doing that. I've got some plans in place. So now it's just about enjoying the Australian tournament and finding something to just kick on from. It might just be this.
A lot of people were worried about you, being genuinely concerned for you.
Yeah, and the fact is, I had a lot of people getting in touch after what happened, and it's nice to know that people care. Because at one point in the middle of that game, I actually felt like nobody cared. I went away from that game a very, very lonely person. But within a matter of a few hours, I realised just how many people actually do care about my well-being, and especially from the likes of Unicorn and Motorstars who've looked after me. What they did for me after that particular match was astounding. And the one thing that stood out the most, I think, immediately after the match was the fact that Michael van Gerwen was playing that night, and he was concerned about me, and he actually broke up his practice to come and make sure I was okay. And that was a big message, because we are a family. We do want to tear each other's heads off on the dartboard, but when it comes down to it, we do care about each other's personal lives and our well-being. So it's nice to see that people rallied around me and gave me the belief that I've still got a career to fight for and a life to lead outside of darts.
So where is the next part of the Paul Nicholson journey? Where is it leading?
I'm not really sure yet. I've got some new shirts on the way, which I'm rather excited to get. I'll get those in a couple of weeks. So I'm going to go away from the shirt and tie look. I think now, because of the HD lights that Sky have brought in, they're very hot. The stages are very, very hot. So now it's time to be a bit more comfortable, as opposed to looking at the aesthetic side of darts. I've actually got to be more comfortable for the next 10, 15 years. So I think we've got to go for a more conventional look. The sunglasses are definitely staying. I'm never going to get rid of them, because that's my way of focusing. But mentally, I'm going to do some work with my psychologist when I get back. Just make sure I'm on the right track. I think the aim is just to not put any pressure on myself for anything for the rest of the year. Just find out where I am and make improvements where they need to be made.
Enjoy the weekend.
Thank you very much.